armed political extremists have taken hostages downtown.
Somebody do something!
Wait! Stop! We'll get to all of that. Just relax, okay? We'd lost Shelley a year ago. These days, it's just me and the kid.
It looks great.
I'll just scrape off the black part. That part's pretty good.
Now give him back.
I don't want to hurt him.
Why didn't you do anything?
Sometimes it's better to do nothing.
It's going good.
You're saying that this corporation would knowingly poison its own customers just to boost their own profit margins?
Summon the nuts.
Okay, summoning the nuts.
I didn't want any of this. I'm a monster.
You're not a monster. Show him your good heart.
Hey, buddy, I'm your dad.
What the?
I wasn't even involved. But sometimes, you gotta do something.
Who the fuck are you?
Just some dude with a mouth!
I'm screaming the pain, holding hands at the dawn.
How does it feel to be a hero?
A simple melody.
Do you realize what's at stake here?
Everything!
Find him, bring him here.
There you are.
Only the good things in life, that's all that matters.
That was just self-defense. You haven't killed anyone else, have you?
See, when you say, self-defense,
Only the good things.
He's an ugly son of a bitch, though.
It's all that matters to me.
The Toxic Avenger.
That's what the kids are calling him. I think it's swell.
What is up, everybody?
hey.
Welcome to BAF. Oh my God, it has been like fucking months.
Forever?
It's been a while.
For fucking ever.
Yes, me and Stu are back from the dead, as you so put it. We've taken a long break from recording and podcasting, but
these shenanigans,
much deserved. So, but we did say in the past, if you guys remember an episode with me and Stu where we did the Toxic Avenger, the original Lloyd Kaufman 80s classic. I wouldn't say classic, but
it's a classic.
It's a classic.
All right.
Yes, but we said that we would do a hot take of the brand new Toxic Avenger starring Peter Dinklage, Kevin Bacon, and Elijah Wood.
Yep.
Which we were very excited to see. We went and saw it in the theater, in a full packed theater.
Oh, it was so many. So many.
3 people.
Almost too many for you to give me the handy.
Yeah, it was a little. I wasn't expecting a full theater for this type of movie.
No,
because this is Trauma. Not everybody is a big Trauma fan and stuff like that. So
but a much larger release than I was made out to believe. I thought it was gonna be a very limited release.
Yep.
Considering it showed up in theaters all around us, I'm very surprised by that.
Yeah. The funny thing is that I actually bought tickets, I think almost 2 weeks in advance, 2 weeks or 3 weeks in advance, where we would have to drive almost an hour and a half. I was like, yeah, it's a limited release. I kind of figured that. So, go there. And then the day that we're going to go see it, which is today, we just got back from the theater. I was on the internet and it was playing in Spotsylvania. I was like, what the fuck? I just spent, I don't want to drive an hour and a half. So I got a refund and got the tickets and able to do a local show. So that was actually nice.
Shitty fucking theater, but
yeah, I will say Hokies. What's the fucking theater called?
I don't fucking know.
All right, we went to a new movie theater that's actually been 3 different names. It was Movico, there was Paragon, it was Movico, and now it changed to
Hokies, I think it might be.
Yeah, something like that. And the sound quality in that fucking theater, there was no bass. Like no bass at all. There was no rumbling of the sound or like that. It sounded like the speakers were in the front of the theater. We were all the way.
So what I think what's happened, I've been thinking about this more. So the speakers that they would have on during the random bullshit that's going on before the movie starts and before even the preview start, like where they're showing the random crap on the screen.
Yeah.
You know, those ones that are there, but they're not really there to really draw anybody's attention. Just kind of more background stuff.
Yeah.
While people are coming in the theater. I think those were the same speakers and only those speakers that they then played the movie through. They didn't turn on the rest of the surround sound speakers. They didn't turn any of them on. So we were only hearing them from a fucking distance, and it really made the quality shit.
Oh yeah, the sound quality was like there was like scenes where you couldn't even hear what a guy was saying, or even the music. There was no bass. That was a big thing. The bass was like non-existent at all. But it didn't ruin the full theater experience because we were planning on seeing this. I'm glad we saw this in the theater.
I am too.
We've
been talking about it for years.
Yeah.
Literally years we've been talking about when the new one comes out. I remember when they were talking about rebooting it. And we're like, well, we're going to end up seeing it. I mean, just...
Well, we didn't even know it was going to come out this year because we did that recording of the Toxic Avenger, and I was talking about it, and it's like, yeah, it's already done, and I have pictures from it and everything else, but there's no release date.
We were waiting. And we knew it had already been shown in festivals, and, well, one festival, one of the festivals out in Texas. I forget the name of it off my head. And we're like, okay, cool. It's out there. It's cut. It's in the world. It exists.
Yeah.
And then nothing.
Yeah. And I think it was August 29th, which is today. We're recording this on August 29th. 29th, yes. Yes, it is the 29th. Yeah. And basically came out. No, August 29th was yesterday. Today's the 30th, right? And look at your phone. Your phone won't tell me.
It's the 30th, yeah.
Okay, so that's right. Yeah, it came out yesterday, so we saw it the day after. But I was expecting a full pack theater, but no, that wasn't the take.
Now, if we went to our original place and they were only a limited release, I think it would have been more people.
Yeah.
But by them being wider release than we were expecting, it's going to be harder to fill a theater just because it's such a niche film. There's not a lot of people that are chomping at the bit to see this in theaters.
Yeah. And the whole gimmick with it being unrated, that's going to try and...
I'm wondering if it would have been better if it was...
R-rated?
No. If it was a smaller release, a more limited release, this way you had more of a crowd inside the theater and you're feeding off the energy of each other inside the theater instead of the vast emptiness that we were in. I mean, I was laughing. I was having a good time, but also... I was self-aware of I'm the only fucking one laughing right now. That's about goddamn. That's fucking kind of weird.
And the funny thing is that me and you were laughing almost at the same time at a lot of the scenes, and also I was noticing little odes to trauma. I mean, because this is based
all throughout.
Yeah, I mean, even the fucking newscast in the background, it has like the trauma. Dum dum dum, you know, the red background with it didn't have the Twin Towers. It had the
Fake City background.
Yeah, and that was in the background, and there was a little fart noises. There was little odes here and there, and of course there was the Lloyd Kaufman cameo.
Yes.
At the end of the movie, I was waiting for it. I was like, "Where the fuck is Lloyd?"
About it too. Like,
where's Lloyd Kaufman? Because
I'm sure he'll be there. I'm sure.
Yeah, and I think you said that there's a post-credit scene. I was like, man, he's gonna be in the post-credit scene, and then he shows up right at the end.
Before the credits. Yeah.
Yeah, which was kind of crazy. But anytime I see Lloyd Kaufman on the screen, I just smile because I love Lloyd Kaufman. I'm a big fan of all of his other movies, and knowing that this is a remake of his film. And he even himself says, although you said that he probably does it because he's the producer.
No, I think
he says it's better than his own film.
Even if he didn't feel that it was better, as him being a producer of it, if he says it's worse than his film, that'd be a stupid business move to do.
True.
He's like, I've got money in this.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it's not as good as the original. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not saying it's not as good as the original. It just he has to say it's better than the original. Or at least as equal as good, because why else?
Yeah.
Hey, I have an idea. One, how about we do something we haven't done in literal months?
I was going to let you introduce it.
All right. How about we do our drink?
Yes.
Good old classic Malort.
Malort. We haven't had this. I haven't had this.
What?
Yeah. I even haven't done our break at all.
Exactly.
So this is
Prost.
Classic right here. Cheers. I missed it. We both said it at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Oh, that feels cool. That feels great. Feels great to have that again.
what do you think we also throw in a little bonus review of the Friday the 13th, the Jason Grant Crystal
What
Lake.
was it called? Revenge?
Sweet Revenge.
Sweet Revenge.
We throw in a little bonus of that just because
that's
we
fine.
both recently saw that.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah.
Stu actually called me. I knew about Angry Orchard, and they had a whole ordeal where they were making these Angry Orchard drinks that were based off the Friday the 13th movies and everything. I had no idea they made a little short film.
Like 15 minutes.
Yeah, which was on YouTube. So Stu called me up and said, "Hey, have you checked out Sweet Revenge? It's pretty, it's pretty good. It's got some of the classic music from Friday the 13th and everything else." And I was like, "Oh shit, I'll check it out." Because I know there's a lot of fan films of this, but this is actually produced by Angry Orchard, which a lot of product placement, as you said.
Yeah. Which makes sense, but
yeah. And I popped it on, watched it. I was like, not bad.
No.
Wasn't bad at all for a short film. It was pretty good. Good kills.
Yeah, you can tell it was made by people who cared.
Yes.
About the films themselves. So that always goes a long way. It isn't just some quick money grab. I felt like it now that the rights owners have settled all the court shit and everything like that, they're like, no, we're going a whole Jason universe. We are going to be doing video games. We're going to be doing films. We're going to be doing TV shows. We're going all in. This has been on hold for years while the court shit's been figured out.
So waiting the fucking game to come back out. Because
they didn't say it was going to be the same game.
They said it was close to it. I read something about how it's coming back and how they are going to try and bring back the original, because a lot of fans love the way that game was.
Well, you know what else is going to come out by the same people who created the Jason game that they're working on right now?
What?
Halloween game. With Michael Myers, and or you're going around as one of the residents of the town trying to warn the other residents, and you're having to run through houses and shit like that.
Yeah.
And they even got the original motherfucker to play Michael to come and do the mocap for Michael. All right.
That's funny. Just like they got Kane Hodder to do the mocap for Jason in Friday the 13th game. Because they also had a Killer Clowns from Outer Space game.
Yes.
Which is fun when you're a clown, but when you're a fucking human, it sucks. Then they had a Texas Chainsaw Massacre one too. I bought that one also, and I believe they also had a Army or Evil Dead. Yeah, so I mean, they're trying to do a lot of the games where they're based off horrors, but they're like survival online multiplayer.
The same group that did the Jason game. All right, so I'm like, all right, that's street cred to me. All right, that right there is a great game. That's a super fun game. If they're doing that, but with their own take on it for Michael, I'm like, I'm going to check that shit out.
I'm fine with that, but I'm a Jason fan more than a Michael
understand
fan.
that.
So I the music, the setting, the camp, I'm just more of a fan of that. So I hope they bring something back like that. But you know what? I'll hold my breath. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But back to Sweet Revenge. I loved it. I thought it was very great short film. Definitely check it out on YouTube. It's just look up Sweet Revenge.
So I would say it has its weaknesses, here and there, but the sound, the music, 100% nailed it.
Yeah.
100% felt right.
How about the movements of Jason? What did you think of him?
I thought for being a brand new actor embodying Jason, I thought he did well. It was kind of like a mix between some of the earlier interpretations of Jason, not as big and brooding as like Kane Hodder and Jason. So it was
more of like the simple bodied type, not the, like you said, hulking, as you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. And a little bit fast, not slow and zombie like.
Exactly.
So
I enjoyed it. Like I said, the kills were very creative.
Gory too. Very gory.
Some good special effects for what you know was realistically a low budget situation.
Practical.
Practical. It took its own spin on the mythos. Not going to ruin anything, but its own little spin on the final girl situation. And I was like, okay, all right, this could be different.
The atmosphere also was good. Also because the music, that's another thing you talked to me about on the phone, is how it sounded like the same type of music.
Yeah, it took you right back.
Yeah, with the strings from Harry Manafini. I don't know if I said his name right, but I love his score throughout the movies. I love it even when I'm playing the game. Just hearing that in the background, but just that string sound, I love it. It's fucking, it's my type of horror right there. And it was it wasn't exactly what it was in the movies, but it was close to it. It was like an ode to
and it was in its own evolution from it. So it wasn't somebody trying to do their own shitty version of it.
Yeah.
It felt legitimately like it evolved from the original to this. So it felt right.
Yeah.
Different, but right. I was very, very impressed with that. Like I said, the acting was, some of it was campy, which is perfect for
That's what it's
those
meant
films.
to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like the film that we're about to review after this, the Toxic Avenger, campy as fuck. I mean,
I just thought it was. I'm really digging them finally having the rights back and saying, all right, cool. We're going to put something out to show that Jason's back. And
well, he is coming back. The TV series.
next year or sometime supposed to have that Crystal Lake series.
Yeah.
Which is on Peacock, I believe.
It's gonna be on Peacock, yeah.
And it's supposed to be about when Jason was a kid
at Camp Crystal Lake.
So like a prequel series, I guess you would call it.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with it. Well, let's go ahead and fucking check that shit out. And if the quality, if this their first shot, their first foray into the world after getting the rights back was this, and if this is any indication of the
what's
quality to come,
yeah,
I'm excited. I think it'll be good.
No, I agree with you 100%. I was very happy with it.
I like the new mask.
Yeah, the new mask was good. I enjoyed the product placement of Angry Orchard in there. You see just the bottle here, bottle there, and stuff like that. The old man,
they had their absolute rights to do. You know, considering they were the ones footing the bill for it.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't like, I didn't see Jason drinking a fucking bottle. That would probably piss me off if I saw him like
drink Angry Orchard,
just pouring over the mask. All right,
no, that
I would
been
probably
right.
gotten a little fucking pissy
Yeah.
about that shit. But no, it was there. It was obviously there, but not enough to completely remove you from the experience.
And I believe that the short was maybe 15 minutes.
About 15 minutes.
15 minutes, and it felt like they put a lot into that 15
exactly,
minutes.
but not too much where you had some minor character buildup. You understood some character backgrounds and history.
Yeah.
Very minorly, very surface level stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you had enough to understand everybody's plot, everybody's motivations. And so you cared about them a little bit. And then the weird shit that happened, you're like, oh. And then I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to fucking spoil shit.
No, don't spoil shit.
But I'm also like, when the shit started going down, I was like, I'm kind of rooting for Jason to do Jason shit now because fuck them.
Yeah.
All right. And I was like,
I mean, that's typical. I think everybody in the Friday the 13th movies roots for Jason.
And I'm kind of rooting, like, you know, I'm in the shoes of the final girl looking through the window, and I'm like, yeah, fuck them. Fuck them, those two. Fuck those two really hard.
Yes. No, it was definitely worth it. Let's go ahead and just do an enjoyment for that one.
Yeah.
Don't want to do a critical. I'd say just enjoyment. What would you give it for enjoyment?
I'm gonna give it for a real quick vignette. I'll give it a 3.5. Is it perfect? No, but it's not meant to be. It's meant to kind of just pluck at your heartstrings, but also give you something a little different.
Yeah.
And that's what it delivered. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm in for this. And you've earned my respect. I want to go ahead and see what you do next. So good job, Angry Orchard. Good job. I don't remember the name of the group that made it, like Murder Factory or something like that. Horror company or whatever the hell it was.
A lot of independent filmmakers lately have been doing some really good shit. I mean, they've been doing a lot of short films for a lot of things. Even the Alien series has gotten, like, for the 40th anniversary of Alien, they did like 5 or 6 movie shorts and everything else where it's like maybe 5-10 minute little movies from different filmmakers. So I really enjoy that. But I was going to agree with Stu on this, 3.5 altogether. It's definitely a good ode to Friday the 13th. I love the Friday the 13th series. I mean, I have a freaking shrine in my man cave to Jason Voorhees, and yeah, this was just great. The music, the kills were great. Practical, always go with practical. It makes it even better. The fact that I'm hoping that they make another one. I mean, I really enjoyed it.
And you know who? I'm just looking up who designed the new Jason in that.
Who?
Greg Nicotero.
No shit.
Yep, he designed it.
That is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I love Greg Nicotero. Always going to be a fan of his. You know, him, Tom Savini, everything. I love all those guys. But fuck, it was good. I'm really glad that you called me about it because I wouldn't know anything about it.
I was really surprised that you.
I knew about the drink, and I was like, oh yeah, I like it, but I don't drink Angry Orchard. I'm not a big cider fan. I didn't know they made a short film that goes with it. I didn't see any promos for it or like that. How did you find out about it?
I've been seeing spots about it for months and months and months, and then I heard it, being showed at one of the cons or whatever, and decent reviews. I'm like, cool. I know that'll eventually show up somewhere, but then it just one of my news feeds popped up. I'm like, said it was on YouTube. I'm like, oh, let me go and check this shit out. I saw it as soon as I got done seeing it. I picked up the phone and called Ron. Like, hey, motherfucker, have you seen this shit yet?
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I did.
No, it was a good time. I recommend it, and I think Stu recommends it also. Go on YouTube, look up Sweet Revenge.
It was directed by Mike Nelson, who directed Wrong Turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's got horror experience right there, so that works. It turned out great. Like I said, it was fun. So definitely go watch it. So
absolutely. Sorry, I was just trying to see if I can find out the name of the little company that made it, but I couldn't.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I can't find it right now.
So we'll go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll go ahead and get into the Toxic Avenger unrated remake. So we'll be right back, guys. Hey, having a hard time trying to stay up, trying to record these podcasts late at night?
Or are you up late, working, driving trucks, working in the shop, trying to provide for that damn family of yours?
You need coffee.
Well, let us tell you about this one company we got right here. It's called Coffee Bros. Now, they got a very select blend of different roasts: light roast, medium, dark, espresso. Now, each one of these has its own flavor profile.
These two brothers from New York made this amazing company with an amazing coffee that you could order online.
So you just had the espresso roast?
Yes.
And did that thing wake you up?
I couldn't go back to sleep. Oh, man. It was smooth.
Nice.
It had that nice chocolate taste to it. You could just taste the chocolate.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't give you that bite like other coffees do.
Or bitter.
No, definitely not bitter at all. This is smooth, sweet, aromatic. This coffee here will absolutely wake you up when you need it to.
The coffee here is dedicated to freshness, quality, and consistency. Use the code BAF10 to get 10% off your entire order. The link for the website is in our show description. And I'm telling you guys, it's worth it. This coffee keeps you awake, especially for the late podcasting that we do.
Yeah, it's very much needed.
Try out Coffee Bros.
Coffee Bros!
What is up, guys? We are back from our break. So we are about to talk about the Toxic Avenger remake. So, first of all, the Toxic Avenger was kind of short in this movie.
You know what? I was hesitant. I remember you're the one who let me know that he's little.
Yeah.
He's fucking little.
Yeah.
when the first stuff came out, I'm like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
No, and this is even after we found out Peter Dinklage was playing the main character. But I was like, okay, they're going to do something like they did with the original one, where they have
a small
one way and then gets mutated into a big motherfucker.
Yeah.
They didn't this time. He still stayed little. I was like, okay. So, I mean, got swole, got fucking thickum. But
funny thing was, in the theater, you were talking about how Peter Dinklage runs.
Yes.
And how he's like, because he's got small legs. I mean,
but I think it's more that when he runs, I think what makes it humorous is he doesn't really move his upper body when he runs, so it's only his legs moving.
Yeah.
And that's just such a weird look.
Yeah.
I always find it humorous. It's almost like a toddler when they run.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's exactly. Yeah.
And it's just so weird. And then right after we talked about that is when he then got changed into Toxie.
Still short.
And then they show him running. I'm like, oh, he's fucking moving. And you're like, oh, that's not Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay, that makes sense why he's running totally different.
Yeah, because I actually was, when we were watching the movie, I was like, that doesn't seem right. Let's say they got a different actor, and I'm sure they're dubbing it with Peter Dinklage's voice.
Which I thought they did a really good job.
No, they did. They did. Well, you can tell a little bit it was a little off on sometimes.
But for the most part, I think they did a really fucking good job.
Yeah, they did. So they still got a short guy, but with longer legs, basically. So it was basically still like almost probably like a child, like maybe like a teenager or something like that.
Maybe. Actually, I think smaller than a teenager.
Well, they had long legs. I mean, compared to what Peter Dinklage had. So... But basically, it was the same thing where the Toxic Avenger had the same thing. It was somebody who dubbed a voice for the Toxic Avenger. The person wearing behind the suit was not the real voice. They got like a radio guy. Even for Citizen Toxic Part 4, it was actually a guy that's on the radio, a radio host. So he's got like a radio booming voice. But they had the Toxic Avenger with this Peter Dinklage voice, which we were talking about how I enjoy hearing very Peter Dinklage. Simple and very, easygoing.
I'm wondering if the after credit scene, which
the grilled cheese sandwiches.
I didn't know if we wanted to say what the after credit scene was.
I don't care. We're spoiling this.
All right, fuck it. So the after credit scene, it's literally Toxie just showing up and then explaining to you how he makes a grilled cheese sandwich. And I was thinking, man, I just really enjoy hearing Peter Dinklage talk. He has one of those voices that's just like, yeah, I just want to hear him just fucking say anything.
Well, he was the best part of...
And I'm curious if somebody's like, man, I could really... no matter what Peter Dinklage does, he's just really interested here. I could hear him give me a fucking grilled cheese sandwich recipe. And that'd be fucking interesting. And they just took it like that. And that's how they made the after credit scene. I'm like, yeah.
It was very like, just like random and just
it was lighthearted, but also...
It was like cooking with the Toxic Avenger, basically, type of thing, but with a simple voice.
Smooth and just like... I feel safe.
Yeah.
I feel safe, Toxic. Tell me more.
Yeah.
But I really thought Peter Dinklage did really well in this. I was really looking forward. I've been in a Peter Dinklage mood right now. Dexter Resurrection is on, and he plays a major supporting character in that show, and I've just really been appreciating him again right now, just because I think he's a really, really good actor.
Oh yeah, he's a great actor. I mean, the way I've known about Peter Dinklage, even though he was in some earlier movies beforehand that I've seen him in, I think he was in Elf in a quick scene. He was also in a movie called Death at a Funeral, which he played a gay guy, which was hilarious in that one. But one of his roles that he's always going to be remembered for is Tyrion Lannister in Game of Thrones, and that was a knockout for him, and that's actually what brought him on the map. And now you see him in just about everything. He even plays a giant in Avengers Endgame.
Yep. And, was it Endgame?
It was the guy who made the hammer or made the
I just can't remember if it was Endgame or not. But it might have been.
No, it was Infinity War. It was Infinity War.
Okay,
yeah, it was the first one. Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoy him. He has even thick, heavy goateed.
Mm-hmm.
He has so much facial expression.
Yes.
That comes through, and I enjoy that about him.
Yeah.
There's one scene in Dexter Resurrection that I was just watching today where something's going on. I don't want to get spoiled for that. Something's going on, and some murderous shit is going down, and he's being dragged away from this murderous shit. And he just has this childlike look of glee on his face while this fucked up shit going on. And it fits so well with the character that he was playing. I'm like, that was a genius choice of acting to do something so simple. That's just a blink of an eye, and it's off the screen, but it fit the character so goddamn well. I'm like, this man is a really good fucking actor. He really knows how to drive it home.
But when you hear that he got cast as a Toxic Avenger, was it a shock to you?
It was, but I was like, okay, he's gonna be the smaller, nerdy guy. That's gonna be weird because at the time I didn't know this was gonna be a full reboot, not a remake.
Yeah,
I didn't know they were just gonna completely reimagine damn near everything.
They did, but they did do odes to the original movie.
But I didn't know it was gonna be, like I said, a reimagining completely. I thought it was going to be a remake.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's going to be the Melvin character. He's kind of fucking old. I do like his acting a lot.
Yeah.
But he's kind of fucking old. and I don't see how he's going to play that role that way. Nothing fit with my thought process. But then as soon as I found out it was a reimagining, I'm like, okay,
different story
altogether. I'm down for it. Cool. I'm good with it. I'm glad. I am. I thought Peter Dinklage did an amazing job with such a campy role, and his voice work did really well for Toxie once the change happened.
Such a laid back voice for Toxie, but I mean, it was almost the same way in the original where it was like a laid back. It did. And the thing is that this movie, even though it's a complete reboot and it has the odes, there's a lot of scenes in it that are the same as the original, like the scene in the restaurant when he's just killing all the thugs and all that. That one scene where basically it's him just running around in the sunset in the background with the pinkish the background.
Yep.
That's exactly from the original. There were scenes here and there that were from the original, but it was a complete redone. The transformation scene is completely different.
Yes.
But I enjoyed it because you actually brought up a good, like I said, we're spoiling this. I don't care. We always spoil things. I'll even put on the thing, spoiled. But where it kind of brought back to Darkman. When Darkman transforms, the Sam Raimi movie, and you just see his face spinning in the background and everything else. They did the same thing to this, and I thought that was really cool.
I thought it was a really good, but with that you were using the music from
from the Toxic Avenger. I think that's a classical piece. I don't know if you want to look that up or something like that, or I can look it up. But the dum 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 dum. I mean, it played that, but like almost like a modern take on it.
Yes.
And it made me smile. I was like, oh, there we go. That's what I wanted to hear.
And I was more enjoying the visual component of it because I'm a big fan of Darkman and that type stuff. And like, this is very reminiscent of Darkman, this transition right here.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cool because I feel like that was purposely done. That was an ode to that type of situation, which I feel Darkman was an ode in its own way to Toxie.
Yeah.
So I thought that was
Darkman's great. Darkman, especially the sequels. The sequels are bad, but they're fun. What did you think of the costume altogether of the suit that he wore? I mean, the Toxic Avenger suit, the look. Did you like it?
Much more expressive than the
very
original.
Colorful.
Yeah, I thought it was much more expressive than the original. Much more modern. And modern special effects quality.
But practical.
But yes,
practical.
100%. And I appreciated that a lot. And
they had the air bladder effects where, I mean, they did that in the original also, but it did really well. And also the one thing that I did not like, but watching through this movie, I appreciated it more, was just like his bug eye that he had.
Yes.
Because it wasn't really just a big black eye, but there actually was a little red dot going around for his, what's it, the pupil?
Yes.
The pupil and everything else. So I thought that was interesting. But the costume was very well done. It was very colorful, very outgoing compared to the other one. I
still had the tutu, but for totally different reasons.
Yep.
And reasons that made sense. It made a lot more sense than the original's reasoning.
When Melvin got
yes.
What was it? I think it was the fucking the girl, the thugs guys or whatever. They put him inside the suit to go make out with the girl to look all cool, and it was like a sheep inside the room or something like that. I remember that. And this one, it was him trying to. It was like a father-son relationship in this movie.
Yeah. So the motivation. It wasn't even. They weren't even married. You catch that the throwaway line from the kids, like, you guys weren't even married.
That's true.
Which the fact that he stepped up even more, then I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
So the motivation for this one isn't like Melvin in the original, where he was just some fucking loser and everybody bullied and made fun of and shit like that.
Well, he's still a loser in this one.
He's a loser, but he also had the motivation that he couldn't really risk a lot of shit because he's doing stuff to take care of this kid.
Yeah.
His name was what is it? It's not Wilson. What was the name of this one? Peter Dinklage's character. It's not Melvin. It's not.
Hold on.
Is it Wilson? Is it
Toxic Avenger? Go ahead and
okay.
I'll look it up.
But yeah, he didn't even play Melvin. He plays a different character's name. But this character was in love and in a long-term relationship with this woman.
Winston.
That's what it was. Goose. Winston Goose.
Yeah.
That's what it was. he was in love, and they were in a long-term relationship with this woman who had a kid already. She developed cancer and died, and he still stepped up and took care of this kid to the best of his ability. This little teenage boy, got him, psychiatric help because he was having a lot of trauma and issues and illness. Got himself in a fuck ton of debt trying to take care of this kid, but didn't let the kid ever try to see it, didn't ever put the kid to blame. He was just loving and trying to do everything he possibly could.
Not something you expect in a trauma film.
And then Winston, he gets headaches. He goes to the doctor. You find out, and they ran tests, and he has some bad shit going on in his brain. They purposely don't say exactly what it is. When they're saying what it is,
they're editing it out.
There's a bunch of background noise because it ultimately doesn't matter what is going on. He's dying.
Yeah.
He has 6 months to a year to live, unless he gets this super expensive medicine that his health insurance, he finds out, doesn't cover. And
which, by the way, that scene when he's calling the insurance company for the company, because the company he's working for is actually the villains of this BTH, I believe. Was it BTH?
Body. Yeah, I think so. I think that
it was like,
it
was like BTH or something like that. But he was on the phone with which we've all dealt with it before. We're on the phone, get me to an agent, get me to an agent. It was actually really good acting that you're seeing from him on the phone, and it's realistic.
Had that defeated,
the
way he just carrying his little move. I was like, man, Peter Dinklage is a great fucking actor.
Yeah,
he is a great fucking actor. Even something as fucked up as this movie is, he's still acting his fucking heart out, and I appreciated that. I just can't stop praising this man, this wonderful little man.
So you really praise his performance in this altogether, even as a Toxic Avenger for the voice and everything else.
It was super believable what he was going. He even as, like I said, campy and weird as it is, I didn't feel like he was phoning it in. It felt like he was trying. He was delivering it to his ability, to his best of his ability. That's true professionalism.
Yeah.
And I applaud that.
No, I agree with you 100%. I think everything that he did, especially with the voice, because basically about 3/4 of the film of him is voice work. The first
I'm gonna go 3/4. I thought it was like an hour. I wasn't even thinking.
Was it an hour before he turned into Toxic Avenger?
Yeah, because I was looking at my phone. I'm like, man, it is going on quite a bit before they get to Toxic.
See, I didn't look at the time. I felt like it was like maybe like 30 minutes or so.
I would have maybe 45 minutes. I'll say.
Yeah.
All right, because it was
the movie's an hour and 40 minutes, I believe.
Probably 6:30 is when the movie actually started.
Yeah,
I remember checking my phone. It was 7:10 and it hadn't changed yet.
Oh, okay. So it was probably about 30-40 minutes.
Yeah. So he hadn't changed yet. So we'll just say 45 minutes is split the difference.
Yeah, and then afterwards it was all voice work from him and basically another actor in the suit and everything else. But it worked out perfectly. And the dubbing wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I mean, there was some times where I felt it mainly was probably just the sound of the theater. I think that's what fucked it up for me. I think that's what it was.
That drew me out a lot, unfortunately. I was unhappy because there's a lot of stupid little idiotic jokes in Trauma that are in the background.
Yep.
Little noises,
fart noises, a lot of squishy
voices,
sounds,
talk and stuff like that. A lot of stuff
you couldn't even hear it that much.
That is stupid and it's campy and it's over the top. Yes, absolutely. But that's what Trauma is, and you either love it or you hate it. I mean, it's what Trauma is, which is fine.
See, the one scene that really pissed me off though is the scene where when for the movie, it was because of the theater, is when he went to the Kevin Bacon character to ask, help me with the insurance. So he gets his the girl that works for him, the secretary or whatever, to take him out. Yep. And he goes behind the door and he can't get back in, and he's listening in on Kevin Bacon and the woman talking. It's like, what the fuck are they saying? I couldn't hear what they were saying.
They were shit talking.
Yeah, but I know they were, but it was
the entire time. I mean, it would have been better if the sound quality in the theater was better.
Yeah. That's the only fallback for that.
That disappointed me. But I do think that when we get a home release into our own systems and we have it at the volume that we're comfortable with.
Oh yeah.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
And we'll appreciate a lot of the stuff that happened.
Yeah, we're already kind of telling you right here that we already like this movie because, and the thing is, I'm not going to. At one point I was trying to think, should I knock things down for this? I mean, because really, it's a trauma. It's based off a trauma film. Trauma film are trash movies. They're crap, but they're fun crap. They're fun trash to watch, and that's what this is going for. But in a more updated, modern style, and it was still enjoyable.
And I think it delivered. I was sitting there watching the whole time, and I'm like, is there anything that I can really take away from this? This is being shot and delivered to us in the style of trauma, but in style of 2020s trauma. Yeah. I'm like, okay, we know what we're getting into. The gore is excessive, but not as much as I was expecting it to be. Not nearly as much as I was expecting it to be.
Me and Stu were actually having a discussion when the credits were playing. We were kind of giving our little review to the movie,
and basically prepping for this.
And we were talking about the gore, and he brought up a great point about it, and how this was very timid for a trauma film. It was gory.
So when the gore did happen, when the fights did happen, they were there. The gore was there. Over the top trauma, over the top. But the fights were just less than I was expecting them to be. I was expecting a lot more fights. What was it in? I want to say part 2, where the opening scene was a 10-minute fucking fight by itself, where they had all those fuckers coming out of the fucking car and shit like that. Yeah. And I'm like, that's the type of shit that I'm mentally prepared for in a trauma film. Just over the top level shenanigans. Well,
there was a lot more character development in this compared to other trauma films, and that's they kind of had to put that in there, so it kind of made up for that. So that's probably the reason why.
It was going to be unedited, because that's what they kept advertising.
Okay,
unedited.
That's.
I'm like, okay, cool, unrated thing. All right, I didn't know it was only going to be an hour and 40 minutes or whatever it was. I was like, okay, cool.
I was expecting
we can
shorter.
Have like a 2.5 hour fucking movie. I was thinking long. I was like, they can go fucking buck wild. They can go buck wild with this shit.
Yeah.
All right, like I said, they gave a 10-minute fight scene of just ridiculousness in part 2. All right, so why can't they do that type of shit now when they don't have to worry about curtailing to whatever?
The fight sequences in this movie were interesting, but they were very short, like you said. But the other thing about this is that I don't know what it is, but the edits in this movie, and we were talking about this, and we were even wondering if it was trying to be just like the trauma films.
That's
was very hard edits.
They are hard cuts.
Where something just
hard cuts.
Also a lot of random shit, just like random. But that's kind of normal for trauma, so maybe it was still going for that.
Even the post-credit scene, right before they showed the grilled cheese, and they showed the bitch, like, you can't stop
what was
now.
that?
Cut scene, grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she was the last one that survived, and it just pointed her in a fucking hospital bed saying what Sue just said. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's just him cooking grilled cheese. 2 seconds, all right, and then hard cut, boom. So maybe that right there is a proof that was the whole point of the movie, to have hard cuts.
What I'm thinking of is it was just a complete callback to the shitty editing of trauma films as a whole, where they're very rough, they're very hard cuts. No skill, dedicated to them at all. That's why I was like, this is a purposeful intention that they're doing, and I'm like, okay, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. It is jarring when you're not used to super low budget, especially if it's a high. If you can tell it's a higher budget film compared to all trauma films, it might have had more budget. It might have had more budget than all of trauma film combined.
That's funny, because the first time we looked up the budget while we were watching it, said AI said it had a $200 million budget. We're like,
which I still can't.
I was like, what the fuck?
I still can't find anything that says it doesn't.
No,
so I can't find what the actual budget is. I saw something, $30 million.
That's what that seems more realistic right there, because a $200 million film for a limited release doesn't make any fucking sense. Limited releases are always like very low budget.
But also, you had Kevin Bacon, you had Elijah Wood, you had Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, but I don't think they were doing this for a paycheck. I think they were doing this because they might have been trauma fans themselves.
Very well could have been.
I have a feeling that I don't think they were doing this for a paycheck at all. I mean, the fact that they got them would bring more people to the theaters. Like, oh, Kevin Bacon's in this, I want to go see this. Oh, Peter Dinklage is in this, I'm going to go see this. If they got some random no shit actor that you never even heard of, it probably won't do as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, they had to get some, you know.
But I have no idea what the budget is, but it felt like they spent more money on this film than all of Trauma combined.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. So I'm like,
Trauma films, but even though they're low budget, they're fucking fun.
they're fun. Super fun.
And there was another thing I was a little shocked at. No, not much nudity in this movie for a Trauma film.
No, but
there was a random scene where the girls were flashing their tits.
And
it was
you
like,
get a dick. All right. All right. But I was like, this is classic Trauma. The sound effects they made when the tits were coming out and the dick was being flopped around.
Yep.
And the weird camera choices they made. But this is classic Trauma right here. It's like shock value for the sake of shock value. And I'm like, okay, I appreciate it. That's Lloyd Kaufman. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. Fucking Toxie pisses on his face because he's like shackled up. He says, "Oh, I can aim better." And then,
which that to me was a great scene when you discover that Toxie has acidic piss. It was just such a great superhero, you know, like a muted background, like blurry, super high focused him on a rooftop, camera panning around. I knew the entire time he was pissing, just by the way.
You said it was a great shot.
I'm like, this is a great shot. Because it's super, like, color saturated. Everything just seems so vivid and powerful. I'm like, classic superhero shot with the arcing camera around him. And I knew the way he was saying, I'm like, he is pissing. And then all of a sudden he goes around and like, oh. And you see that he is pissing, and his piss is acidic. And it's like eating through brick.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, that's cool. That's a cool, funny shot. But then they Chekhov gunned that bitch. They made that so that was actually important. And I give them credit for it. They took that and used that acidic piss to help save the day at the end of the movie. I'm like, that is good. That is good job.
Yep.
Way to go. Holy shit.
Trauma.
Right? And then they had him piss on his fucking face. And I swear the girl was a little disappointed that she wasn't about to get pissed on.
I remember the promotional material saying, check out this movie or something rated. It was going to be rated this for something like that, saying for golden showers. And I wonder if that was what they were going toward because he said golden showers, pissing on himself, basically.
But so he's like,
Taylor.
When he says, I'm not going, don't worry, I got better aim now. It's like, oh, yay. I was like, is she disappointed she's not about to get pissed on? What the fuck is going on with this chick?
That's the chick, I think her name was JJ. She was kind of almost like a little sidekick to Toxie at one point. That's what it felt like. She actually got, that's another thing that's been added to this film is that Toxic Avenger has healing powers with his blood. Apparently, if you get shot like that, he just drips his blood on you and that heals you up.
But I'm pretty sure he just gave her every bit of cancer. I am pretty sure she is now just riddled with tumors.
Yeah, most likely. Well, no, I mean, didn't he heal up because of his blood?
He did.
Oh, well.
Okay. He's also pushing bullets out like fucking Wolverine.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
I was wondering if you were saying anything about that.
But I don't think that she is. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. Let me put some irradiated shit in you.
And also, all right, we talked about little JJ was more of a little side character here and there, you know, just a little added character to it. But then we got Kevin Bacon and Elijah Wood. Now, Kevin Bacon, what the fuck did he turn into? Because he looked like fucking Krampus.
So I think if he remember he got the award for being the good shepherd and he got that sheep award. I think he was like a mutated sheep dude.
Okay.
Like, the horns were like ram horns almost.
Okay. It's just, it reminded me of Krampus for some reason with the battle axe and everything else.
Because remember, they even showed like the sheep award as he was drinking it was a smiling normal. And then after he drank it, it was like, had like evil fucking, smirk on the fucking sheep award. Because remember, he was the good citizen shepherd. Right. Because he was the man of the town. So like, okay, so they're making him like a sheep man thing. Yeah, that's all I can figure.
What would you think of Kevin Bacon altogether, though? I think he just had fun with the role.
Yeah, it was just Kevin Bacon having fun. Yeah. That's all it was. Just him being having fun.
Yeah.
And Elijah Wood was not nearly the level of the bad guy that I was.
Well, he was kind of the leader of the what's it called? The nuts.
The killer nuts.
The killer nuts, which was kind of like each guy inside that team was like a serial killer.
So they were like a band, but they all had costumes on, different costumes, sort of like the way Slipknot would have different costumes, or Gwar would have different character costumes, but they represented different killers. Let's go. You had one. The lead singer was kind of supposed to be an ICP juggalo.
That's what it reminded me of. And you had some women that had like her own fucking language.
Yeah,
or something
like a demonic
that.
witch. Like satanic woman lady.
And you had a ninja.
So he was actually
the Zodiac killer.
He was dressed as a Zodiac killer, but he was also doing parkour because that's all he wanted to do all the entire time. Like, parkour? No, we can parkour.
No, it was funny because every single time he was getting in the car, he was just constantly just doing flips
because he wanted to do parkour everywhere.
It was great. And
then you had the long-haired, dreaded, almost New Orleans hoodoo looking motherfucker.
Then you had the guy with the fucking rooster mask.
Yes.
Which reminded me of the big Hulk monster in Poltergeist. Like it was almost like a splitting image.
And then what was underneath was so random.
Did it remind you of Thunderdome?
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. It was so random. And like, this is trauma. This is fucking trauma right here. And it's like,
little fucking baby head under that thing, and the way he was talking was just so like, it was just random and weird.
Where's my son? Kid Manny. I was like, what the fuck? And this was like the biggest motherfucker of the group.
Yeah.
And he had a little tiny baby head. I was like, okay.
What was it? What was it in Thunderdome? It was Master
in command. No, Master Commander, Master Blaster.
Master Blaster. Yeah. It was like some retard or something like that underneath the mask or something. Yeah. But and then Elijah Wood was kind of like the leader of them, and I think we've even talked about it in our first Toxic Avenger when we saw the picture. It looked like a fucking demented, like
it looked like
penguin.
Pedo penguin.
Yeah.
All right. I'm like, what the fuck? They got pedo penguin.
Yeah.
Elijah Wood in this character, and even when they introduced him and they gave him like that interesting fucking walk because one of his legs were shorter than the other, so they had
the club foot, the longer
foot. Had the super thick sole versus the other foot he didn't. I'm like, man, they're really looking to make him like fucking messed up, and he really wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
he really wasn't.
No,
he didn't do anything too bad.
He actually saved the day, and at the end, I think was he still locked up because he was being
he was in the hospital, and he asked for more apple juice, and the cop told him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
All right.
He was cool to see in there. It was really cool to see him because Elijah Wood's actually a pretty decent actor. He's actually done a lot of. He did Maniac remake.
Yeah.
He also did another one when he was being sniped by playing the piano. I forgot. I think John Cusack was in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever seen that one, but he's actually done a lot of good acting roles. And he's dabbled into horror and everything else. But to see him in the Toxic Avenger movie with Kevin Bacon, it's just
so
random cast. Yeah, random cast, but it worked out. It was fun.
They did. And I really liked his character, doing a lot of muttering to Kevin Bacon, who is his older brother.
Yeah.
A lot of muttering when Kevin Bacon's basically shit talking the entire time, and he's just correcting him under his breath the entire fucking time.
Yeah. He
He
was a smart one.
I was like, all right, cool. I'm good with this.
So it was kind of like a turn of heart for him because he was the villain, but he kind of turned of heart, and because Kevin Bacon wanted to kill the kid, and he was like, he's a kid. Why are we killing a kid? So he's like, oh, so there's a good side of this guy. So it's something that added to the movie, but I think they did great. I mean, I thought all the actors did great. I thought the cameo, like I said, of Lloyd Kaufman at the end was great. I as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, there he is, because we were waiting for him to come on screen. But the special effects was good. I think even the colors in this movie were great. The dark scenes, like I said, I think the mop was really cool. How it glowed green like that, and it was like kind of like used the mop as a missile and everything.
Yep.
What was your favorite kill scene?
I'm probably gonna have to say the concert. Yeah, I'd go with the concert.
The whole concert kill scene?
Kill scene. Just him walking up, singing Motorhead, and then starting shit. And I was like, okay,
yeah,
I'm down with this. And after took off the one dude's fucking top of his fucking skull, to see him in the background the entire time,
still hurting. Yes,
I was like, all right, that's cool. I like that. I'm good with this. Yeah, that's probably my favorite.
I would probably have to go with the first scene where Toxie started to kill all the guys inside the restaurant, which was actually an ode to the restaurant scene.
Yep.
I was waiting for somebody to say he's a hero, and he did. There was somebody who said it, but it wasn't. And I was like, I like the little fat guy that did it. I thought that was better, but he just started coming in there, and you just hear him with his loud, yelling out loud, and you just see this little guy coming out from the corner with his mop and everything, and he just knocks off the jaw off the guy. And I thought it was like, oh, there we go. And then we just get random little scenes. It was very hard edits where he even sticks his hand up somebody's ass or pulls the fucking intestine out of their asshole.
Like lunch and then pulls them out.
Yeah. So it was an ode to that scene, and wasn't that lady blind?
Yeah.
So that wasn't
she was also the FBI agent.
Yeah, which was funny because that when the original one
was his girlfriend. Yeah.
Which that's the only thing that didn't happen in this one is that Toxie didn't have a girlfriend.
It would have taken away from the relationship he was building with his son.
Yeah. So it was more of a father-son relationship than a girlfriend and boyfriend or something like that.
But then they said, I was wondering if they were going to try to do some weird Avengers thing, like she was going to try to be Nick Fury-esque. It's like that. We're going to sweep this under the rug and. We're going to sweep you under the everything. Like, they're going to build like a weird
Toxic Crusaders,
fucking Avengers.
I mean, Toxic Crusaders.
I
mean, seriously. So, I mean, I don't know. This was interesting. Anything else you want to talk about the movie? I mean,
no, I think we've hit on everything else. This is like a quick little hot take. That's all.
Yeah, and like I said, we were talking about doing this since the first Toxic Avenger, which was a great fight episode. Yeah. Which we still got to do our Videodrome and our Cronenberg thing that we're planning on doing down the road. So, okay, let's go ahead and go into pint reviews. Okay. So, haven't done this in a long time. So, who wants to go first?
You go ahead.
I can go first. All right. So, enjoyment for this movie, I would go ahead and give this. This was very hard, but I think I have. Huh?
That's what she said.
Oh, thank you. I think I will go with. I almost want to go with a 4, but I think I'm going to bring it down to 3 3/4. I'm going to go with that. Okay. I really enjoy this. I remember I gave Toxic Avenger a higher rating because I still think the classic is better in my opinion, but I also grew up with it, so I'm nostalgic. This is a new modern take, but I thought the acting was great. I thought everything was great. The hard edits. I just have to get over the fact that maybe that was meant to be just like the old trauma films, but it did. What really bothered me was the sound, but that I can't take points off because of the theater. That's just the theater that we picked, and it was shit. But altogether, I think the sound would have been great once we get into a better surround system and everything else. But Peter Dinklage was great. I was not expecting the Toxic Avenger to be short, but it worked. I after watching the movie, it worked. It actually made him more. I don't know, especially with that voice, that simple voice. It was like, yeah, he's a hero. It's a good hero. The music and everything. I love how they did the score with the original score and having that the theme, the Toxic Avenger theme, because it actually played throughout the movie in certain scenes, in certain ways, and I enjoyed that. I have to look up that classical piece. I know it's from. I'm wondering if it's. I believe it is. What's that one who does more of the Viking stuff? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Fuck. All right. When you're doing review, I'm gonna look it up.
Okay.
But altogether, 3 3/4 I will give for enjoyment. For critical, for the amount of ode to trauma, the fact that they were going, this wasn't meant to be a masterpiece. This was meant to just be fun. This is for the fans, and this is for people that's probably never. I'm sure people are going to see this have never seen a trauma film before. I guarantee they'll be like, oh, they'll see it there. They'll see it on the Apple TV, like the Toxic Avenger. Oh, this looks like fun. And probably have never seen a trauma film. A lot of people wouldn't know it's a remake.
A lot of people. I don't think there's going to be a lot of people.
I think it will do a lot better on the streaming compared to being on the theatrical release.
Absolutely, it'll do better
on streaming. I think it will gain a following, and I think it will bring up to the point where it will make enough to the point where they will make more.
Well, remember, it says if it does $1 billion at box office,
yeah, I know.
It'll make a sequel.
Was it like Cryptid or something like that, or
$1 billion in crypto in box office?
Yes,
and make a sequel. Toxie in space and Dildo Vision.
Yeah. There was a whole bunch of it. The thing is, there's laugh out moments in this movie, and there's some scenes you're like, you chuckle a little bit, and there's some scenes where like, the fuck, and everything else. So altogether, for my critical on this, I will go ahead and give this a 3.5. I'll go to 3.5. So 3 3/4 for enjoyment, and a 3.5 for critical. I thought it was well executed for what it was, and it's a fun movie. It's worth a watch. I recommend anybody watching it just for some fun, just to have some fun with some good gore, some laughs, good acting. I mean, seriously, good actors in a movie like this. You weren't going to be expecting these type of actors, especially Peter Dinklage and everything. So yeah, 3 3/4 for enjoyment and 3.5 for critical. I enjoyed it. Very recommendation. And I'm glad I saw it in the theater. I'm glad that we finally got to do a review of it because we've been waiting to do this. And I almost want to do all the other Toxic Avenger films, like Sis and Toxie and everything. But I'm going to go ahead and hand over to Stu. I'm curious what yours is going to be now.
All right. I'll go with critical first. Critical, it's very hard to nail this one down because its shortcomings, such as the writing, purposeful shortcomings. So it succeeded in not being great. So it was great at not being great. So
Great
how
at
do
not
you,
being great.
Yeah, how do you rate that?
Yeah.
Because it's an homage to Tromaville type films, which are over the top, campy, insane, crude. That's what they are. And the fans of them, that's what they want to see. So how do you really take away points for stuff that it's purposely doing to feed to its audience? And so that's why the entire time I'm watching, I'm like, okay, I got a smile on my face. I'm enjoying this because it is succeeding at exactly what it's trying to do. So I have to, because that is what it's purposely trying to do, I have to give it credit. So I'm probably going to have to give this a critical of 4.
Okay.
Because it succeeded at damn near everything that it tried to do. The costumes, I enjoyed.
Yeah.
The special effects, mostly practical.
Yep.
I enjoyed. The sound, from what I could tell,
it was hard,
but
I'm sure it was good.
Yeah. I caught enough little throwaways. I'm like, okay, cool.
Fart noises,
acting
squishy noises.
Was, like I said, I keep going by Peter Dinklage. Because he was the star. And then the rest of them around them, you had like the henchmen who were chewing the fucking scenery, but that's what they were supposed to be doing.
Yep.
But then like damn near every major role, I enjoyed the acting. The JJ character, I thought she did really well as somebody with motivation, and her comedic timing of just her explaining what happened to her mother and her sister. Her mother died of cancer, and then she explained that, and then her sister died. Oh, cancer too, no Zamboni. Just a quick little dry fucking thing. It's like, man, that was a tough summer for me. I was like, that's a very good humor, like very good timing and delivery. It's just simple stuff like that they each did well enough that you're like, okay, I'm enjoying this. Even in the background of the cut, the after credit scene where Toxie's giving you the grilled cheese recipe, the son in the background doing the weird little dance and shit like that. Just,
it was from the talent show that he was doing. Yeah,
the background little movements and stuff like that. I'm like, you have something so simple and mesmerizing going on as Toxie giving you grilled cheese recipe and what he enjoys being delivered by Peter fucking Dinklage. And you have this weird little almost Napoleon Dynamite weirdness going on in the background. I'm like, that is a good choice.
Yep.
I really appreciate that. So like I said, there's very little things that I could really ding this on because it was a purposeful done. It was a conscious effort. For the stuff they fucked up on, I truly believe it was a purposeful fuck up on. It was delivering it to the audience to make it feel nostalgic to you, and it succeeded.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go with a 4. Enjoyment, I'm probably gonna also go with a 4.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And because it delivered everything that I wanted it to deliver, except for I wish the fights were longer. I wish the over-the-top gore happened more often.
Yeah.
Just because that's what trauma is supposed to be.
And that's why I had a hard time trying to figure out how to give this because the sound was really an issue with me, but I can't give it negative points for that, because you're right. There is a lot of enjoyment in this, but I agree with you on the whole point where the fight scenes weren't that long. Yeah. There wasn't not much gore that you would expect being a trauma film. There should be. I mean, there were good gory scenes.
There was gory.
Yeah,
it's just there wasn't a lot of gore to be there,
and it was very quick.
Yes. And like that surprised me. So I think they purposely leaned more into the unedited or unrated side of it.
More of a gimmick just to make more money.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
To try to draw more people in. I really don't think there was anything too bad about this that necessitated an unrated.
This could have been R-rated easily with the way that it looked. And the thing is, like, I'm already thinking about the restaurant scene. The restaurant scene in the original Toxic Avenger is almost like 7 or 8 minutes long.
Exactly.
Just constantly just like killing scenes over and over again. This one, they were just quick, and then it was already done. I was like, that was quick.
Like, the deaths were gruesome and gory, but they were very quick gruesome, very quick gory. So I was just like, okay, not delivering quite as much there as I want, but has the humor, it has a little throwaway, it has the like when they first see Toxie and they're like, oh, he's a monster, let's go ahead and do a mob. You have a cop there, they're everybody, all right, we'll do it. Yeah. Oh, we're doing a mob now? Okay, fuck it, we're doing a mob. I'm like, all right, that's the good old fucking throwaway joke.
Yeah,
I enjoy it. But yeah, no, I still recommend people seeing this. I just like, if you are a trauma film, or a trauma fan, then you will enjoy this film, I believe. Yeah. But once again, don't go in there comparing it to the Toxie we grew up with. It's its own Toxie. It'll be nostalgic, but its own story, its own people, its own action, everything.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you 100%. And I was almost thinking about rating my enjoyment higher. I still stand by my 3.5, but my enjoyment, I might agree with you and just raise mine to a 4. I think you have a lot of points there, other than only taking 1 point off of basically, like the long fights and not too much gore, but altogether for being a remake.
Even the wise hobo.
Yeah.
And so that was fucking cracked out. All right. I'm like, this thing.
I never said I was a doctor. That kind of cracked me up. It's like he was doing all this shit. I was like wondering what he was going to do.
Jink him in the fucking jinkum.
I thought you were a doctor. It was funny, and we were trying to figure out who he was.
Dream catcher that is actually just like red fucking panties on a fucking thing. I'm like, okay, good for you, buddy. You fucking freak.
It was great. I'm truly glad that we got to finally do this. This was so much fun, Stu. This was so much fun.
It's been a good time, buddy.
It's fun getting back into recording again, and the fact that we finally our first episode coming back after taking our long break is going to be this hot take, and we are going to be doing future episodes. Just don't expect them to be like every week. It's just when we can, because we have lives. Yeah, and we just can't do this every single fucking week. But we're going to try and pop out more episodes. We still have some more episodes that we recorded back in the spring that are going to be released that I'm working on right now. So that are really outdated, but you know what? So what? You'll get them.
I know, like he's had time to edit or anything. I think like he's
I've been enjoying my break.
Literal months to do them. He hasn't had that. No.
Yeah. So we'll probably get some. I think the next episodes we'll be recording here next are basically going to be stuff for Halloween. So a couple episodes we'll knock out here, and just get back into the grind of things and everything else. But Stu, this was great. I'm glad we finally got to do this.
It's been a good time.
Finally, we got to see that in the theater, and it was a good time. So we're going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you for joining us for BAF, and make sure to press a like on this video. Please like this video. We love you guys following us, and I know you guys have been waiting for us to release some new episodes, and we're finally getting one out. So please show a like on this video, share it, tell everybody about us. Thank you. So, all right, guys, we will see you all later.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Barrel Age Flicks. If you like our show, please leave a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Guys, this helps out enormously. Give us a follow on Instagram at Barrel Age Flicks Podcast. If you would like to send us a special film request, please contact us via Instagram, and we will give you a personal shout out on the show. We are also on Facebook and Twitter. Our podcast is available on Apple Podcasts. We are officially also on YouTube in video form. And also,
Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Audible, Pocket Cast, Spotify, CastBox, iHeartRadio, and Pandora.
Make sure you check out Barrel Aged Chicks, our spin-off show where you get the girl's perspective. Subscribe to our Patreon for uncut video and early access to our podcast.
Special thanks to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio on YouTube for his awesome music. This guy fucking rocks. Check him out. Want to give a shout out to Sammy, one of our guest hosts on the show who does our amazing album artwork. Thank you, Sammy.
Hope you join us for our next episode. Later, guys.